We're gonna go through why your neck is making noises, what you can do to fix it. Welcome to the Neck Fixx Pro YouTube channel, where we give you the tools to fix your neck for a healthier future. The most common source for a noisy neck is gonna be that those little joints are making noise. Kind of the same thing anywhere in the body, hips, knees, shoulders, elbows, all of those are joints. You have that same little joint in the neck, and that can be causing pain, as well as some of those grinding sensations and things like that. So we're gonna talk about how to go through that, what you can do to actually take some of that pressure off, as well as decrease some of that noise that's going on within the neck. The biggest part of the neck that is actually making those noises is gonna be these little joints that are right here. So at each level within the neck, you have these little joints that cause that movement. So whether that's up and down, side to side, all of that is gonna be coming through those little joints. And as those segments stack, you get multiple joints, multiple levels. So if there's more stress at one area, that is gonna cause compression and pressure through those joints, and that can start causing a little bit of wear and tear, some arthritis, as well as some noise. So we're gonna go through how we can actually get that to loosen up, to take pressure off of those little joints, to allow you to have more movement, less pain, and less noise. Because that joint is going to be the primary driver of the noise in the neck, we're going to have to focus on loosening those little joints up, getting them moving to allow that pressure to come off of the joints to get them to move smooth. So we're going to take our Neck Fixx Pro, we're going to use those little nubs. Those are going to go into the back of the spine. We're going to provide just a little bit of pressure going forward. We're going to start off with just a nice general movement where we're just trying to get a little bit of both sides of those joints just moving, just a little look up as we're applying that pressure. This is going to be a very general way to loosen up those joints. It's going to be a nice way to kind of scan the neck, and you can kind of see where those levels are that are tight. So I would start either at kind of the top of the neck or right at the base of the neck, right kind of by those shoulders, just applying that pressure, that little look up. Again, you can kind of find and feel what part just feels a little bit tighter, a little bit more tension, or if you already know, like, oh, right there, that's where I feel it, that's where I hear it, then you can kind of start off there and go after that joint. From there, we're gonna move on into a little bit of a rotational mobilization. So we're just pulling across. So we're anchoring down on one side and then just using that tension. We're trying to kind of go level by level. So if that joint is tight, this is actually causing that joint to move, and it's giving a little bit of a mobilization. That mobilization is going to allow freer movement. That's going to be what actually creates that joint movement, that joint mobilization, so that everything can flow freer, it can move better, and can have less noise within the neck. So I would sit about a minute or two, and you can kind of adjust levels a little bit up and down. This is going to be our comfort band that we're using, so if things are a little bit tight, a little bit painful, this is going to be a really good band to use. If it doesn't feel quite like enough pressure, we do have our Elite band, which is able to provide a lot more pressure through the neck. Really good for bigger necks as well. But just starting off again, just kind of scanning through and then kind of going and actually mobilizing. If you feel like the other side's tight, just kind of anchor down on that side, rotate across. But a nice general joint mobilization through rotation is going to be a good start. As always, I would try and kind of test, retest, see if that noise is decreasing as you go, to see if those techniques are helping out. That way you can find out what technique is the most effective, so that you can stick with that technique the most to try and fix that noise in the neck. Our neck variation that we're going to do is going to be a little bit more aggressive. we're gonna do a little bit of a cross. So I'm gonna anchor down on this side, and then I'm just gonna pull across, and then I'm gonna do a little rotation into the band. So we're trying to kind of block the joint, and then we're rotating the other way into it to really try and put pressure through that joint to try and loosen it up in a little bit different way. So instead of moving and allowing that band to pull that joint and open it up that way, we're gonna kind of block the joint, and then we're rotating it and kind of forcing it the other direction. Again, it's a little bit more of an aggressive technique. I wouldn't start with this, but it's a really good way as we progress and as we go that we can get things to loosen up a little bit quicker. Same as the other one. I would try and go up and down. You're just feeling for that part that is a little bit stiffer, a little bit more sticky than the other side. And then you can do the same thing, both sides. So that little pull across, we're just getting tension, holding that tension, and then we're just doing this little rotation into that pressure of the band. After we've gotten the joint nice and loose, you should notice that there's already a little bit freer movement, a little less noise. We're gonna go into with little cane. There's a couple different versions of this, but I really like this one, especially its travelability. You can provide that pressure, and then just trying to work into those muscles. So more just doing little up and down. You can kind of do little side to side. I'm not really trying to slide it and get it moving up and down that way. I'm more applying that pressure, kind of anchoring under that tissue, and then just doing these little rotations. So it's a little bit more of a trigger point release, a little bit more specific. And I really want this done at the area that you are feeling that tightness, feeling that stiffness, having that noise within the neck, so that we're a little bit more targeted with our treatment. And then same, you can just add that little rotation, little up and down, little side to side, but again, a little bit more of a trigger point release. Other variation that you can do off of that is we can do a little bit more of an active release. We're providing that pressure, and then we're going through a little bit of an active movement. So with this one, just kind of looking down, nice and easy. And go a little bit more out to the side. From there, I'm gonna kind of go out and to the side instead of going straight down with right into the back of the neck, and going a little bit onto the side and going down. Other part that you can work into is gonna be upper traps. Upper traps are always on, they're always working. So they are gonna be one of those areas that's typically a little bit tender. Always feels good to kind of work into those upper traps, take a little bit of pressure off the neck. The more that we can take pressure off of those muscles, creating that tension, we'll also have a little bit freer movement within those joints as well. If those muscles are really tight, that's gonna cause some of that compression within the joints. So if we're looking at trying to really loosen everything up, taking pressure off those joints, first we have to get those joints moving and get them moving in a way that they're able to slide those two surfaces without grinding on each other and making that noise. After we loosen up the joints, it's gonna be really good to actually loosen up those muscles. Getting the muscles to loosen up is gonna help to long-term keep that compression and keep those joints moving better, so that you can have a pain-free, non-noisy neck. If you're enjoying these videos, please make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's a great way that you can support us, help keep bringing you information to help fix your neck.